Let's bring our focus here on Channel. We're talking kidnappings in South Africa. And in the Eastern Cape, that province is fast gaining the reputation as the country's kidnapping capital. Almost 150 kidnappings have reportedly taken place in that province since last year. And recently, a 40-year-old man narrowly escaped the wrath of residents after he was found with a 5-year-old girl reported missing in Mthatha. 3 other major cities in the Eastern Cape are affected by this worrying trend. Let's take you live now to eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda, who is tracking this story for us. Ronald, you know, we heard from Minister yesterday about kidnappings and basically the rate of kidnappings in South Africa. But the Eastern Cape, fast-beating provinces such as Gauteng, how are authorities reacting to that?
Well, it really has become a lucrative crime, and also a crime that is considered less dangerous than compared to some of the robberies that we have seen in the province, such as the CIT cash in transit heist robberies. But one of the difficulties of fighting the scourge of kidnappings is that families of victims are urged by the kidnappers not to be in consultation with police or risk losing the lives of those who have been held in captivity. We are now joined by the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro's District Police Commissioner, General
said, and you, Honorable Broto,
in the province of Buffalo City. But one gets a sense that kidnappings are not as rife here in the Metro. Why do you think this is the case?
Yes, of course. Let me confirm that we do not have such a very high number of kidnappings here in the district, and I think the reason is that it will be easier for the police to chase the suspects, and we are an urban area, and where people cannot just be hidden without being known by some either the neighbors, etc. But also we have been very successful as well in finding or recovering those that were kidnapped in the past. We had few, but people, we managed to recover them, and of course through the help of the communities, and including the cameras and the fact, and also the security companies that are also on guard, on patrol in the areas, and our quick reaction as well. So I think those are one of the reasons that we don't really see the kidnappings yet being committed in terms compared to other places as well.
Is it an unreported crime?
No, people do report. And I know that those that report, they do that knowing very well their risk, and of course many people are put under pressure, but many people do report because you know that if your person is kidnapped, that kidnapping must be reported somewhere, because the police must be brought on board as well, and so that our negotiators and our specialized unit can also assist. And what we do as well here in our district, immediately once there is a kidnapping, we activate the Joint Operational Center that will consist of all stakeholders, from the private, the civilian, the police as well. And we have been very lucky as well, where we have utilized the drones, just to search for in the bushes that are around here, where we wanted to see whether the people are not hidden in one of those bushes, etc. But yeah, of course, people do report here, and those numbers that we have are the cases that were reported.
There's often a connection between kidnappings and those who are after protection fees, and it has become so rife. We even heard in New Brighton that even churches have to pay protection fee.
The churches have not reported to us, and I would like to urge them. I'm pleading with the churches to report, and the more we don't report in the extortion, the more those guys will continue doing without being stopped. And what happens if you don't report? Eventually they do fight and kill one another. That's what is happening. The people that are being killed left, center, and right in the areas such as New Brighton, Kwatwesi, Motherwell, and as well as in the northern areas, the extorters, they fight over the man that they never worked for. So I would like to urge people to cooperate with us Because see, the difficulty in fighting extortion, the victims do not report. And of course, probably for obvious reason that they are fearful of their own lives, they are scared of these criminals. That's what the criminals want. And the more we report, the better. Yes.
What about those soft targets, though, Commissioner? One looks at foreign nationals, for example, people who feel that, you know, they don't get the necessary protection from police or the community, and they are forced to pay protection fees. Is that a concern?
Yeah, it is a concern. We're in the process of meeting at district level with various foreign nationals here, so that we can create a platform where they can be able to report very quick, and so that as we can also react very quick and investigate these cases. But on the other side, I know that I did address the Pakistanis, and we have met with also the Chinese, where we really asked them, you know, to cooperate with us, but also they must play very safe. They must install proper cameras in their own areas. They must not just behave or drive as if this crime isn't there. They must know their surroundings, and where it is possible, they must also employ the security company, security guards, so that they can be guarded as well. But the police should be there. Yes.
Commissioner, very briefly, just to change subject a bit, Galvindale and other areas in the northern areas have been affected by these shootings. Gang violence has become so rife that people are scared. What interventions have been put in place? Because we do know that Police Minister Peggy Cele was here not so long ago to launch Operation Chanel.
Yes, the minister was here, and we have a task team that is busy with those cases or incidents in the northern areas. And we have been, at least in the northern areas, we have been relatively successful in tracing or finding the names. You will recall in the Chetty area, 3 people were burned inside the house. No one saw them, but we managed to arrest them. It is because of the task team and the station commanders that are hard at work, working with the communities, so that we can really trace and identify those suspects. Also in the Galvindale area, that is really problematic. There is a case where about 5 people were killed, and you know, the modus operandi looks like the one by the Padaf or Pagat, and but we are not going to be fooled and chase the wrong people. But we're discouraging those matters where people are killed without really knowing who they are and why they're being killed. And what we've also noticed, the houses or the homes where drugs are sold are the ones that are being targeted.
Okay. General, thank you very much indeed for your time. That was Vuyisile Mthatha, who is the Police District Commissioner here in Nelson Mandela Bay.
All right, Ronald Masinda live for us there in Nelson Mandela Bay. Let's stick to our focus now.